My friends, if I were trying to feed a family from scratch on a budget, meaning I have nothing in my house, I don't have basic pantry staples, what would I do? Where would I go? How much would it cost? Come along with me in today's video as we determine how much it actually costs to feed a family of 4 for a week, beginning with nothing. I'm gonna write down a few loose dinner ideas, things that are inexpensive, things that my kids will eat. If they say tacos and spaghetti and pizza, we're gonna make it happen. Because when we're trying to save tons of money, arguing with your kids is just not the ticket, you know what I'm saying? It's just not worth a fight, in my opinion. You throw some broccoli on the side if you wanna feel better about yourself. They might eat it, they may not, whatever. We're doing the best we can these days. Okay, hey, what do you want for dinner this week? What's your favorite dinner?
Stroganoff.
Stop it. The meatball stroganoff?
Yes. The meatball stroganoff.
Stroganoff. What's really funny is if I ask my other son, he's gonna say like pasta with marinara. We're gonna do it because that's what he loves. Now we have 2 pasta dishes for the week. We need to branch out a bit.
You know, I love it when we make the non-bread pizza.
So you don't even make the crust, you just use non-bread. Do you like the chicken and rice casserole? That's Andrew's favorite.
Oh, that one is good.
Yeah, okay. Chicken and rice casserole, that's 4. Should we do 5 and then leave 2 days for like leftovers? Dad loves chicken tortilla soup. So those are our 5 dinners. Meatball stroganoff, pasta with the marinara, non-pizza, chicken and rice casserole, and chicken tortilla soup. So what's great is chicken's fairly budget friendly, and I've got 2 meals with chicken, so I can do double duty and get a bigger package. We're gonna fill in some of the blanks with basic pantry staples. We need salt and pepper. We have to have it. We have to have a cooking fat of some kind. Let's go oil. It's easy, it goes with everything. You could also do butter, you could do avocado oil, olive oil, canola oil. I love the smell of seed oils in the morning. Whatever floats your boat, it will work. Now we need to think like breakfast lunches. So go with what you like. Cheap things obviously are gonna be like oatmeal, eggs and toast, things that are very simple and very basic. Homemade pancakes, very inexpensive. And then for lunches, we do a lot of sandwiches. So obviously I need bread. I probably need like peanut butter and jam. Hey, do you like peanut butter and jam, or are you onto like the ham and cheese?
I have more deli sandwiches.
Ham and cheese. Okay, so like verify with your kids. When they were small, it was all about the PB&J. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is check the grocery ads for sales. And conveniently enough, my local store has a great sale on breakfast items. So what do you say we head to the store? Dollar Tree used to be my favorite place to get pizza sauce because it was cheaper than anywhere else. Found it just under a pound, $1.25. And I was going to pick up my pinto beans, but Walmart's is cheaper. I was gonna pick up the egg noodles. Walmart's is the exact same price. They do have the little guy of pepperoni. This is very small. I might skip pepperoni for my pizza this time. This is a good deal here at Dollar Tree. The oyster crackers for soup. These are so much more expensive basically anywhere you'll go. You can start with a shaker set like this, $1.25 for salt and pepper. That's probably a pretty good option. Now, I don't hate these, but you really have to take a good look, and like these will probably need to be used today. But the sale price makes it, no, a little under $2 a pound. It's not awful. The broccoli is not bad. Maybe we'll do this one. Okay, I wanted to get chocolate chips for like a banana peanut butter chocolate chip snack, but the price was a lot. So I think I'm just gonna get like 1 dark chocolate bar for less than $2 and chop it up small. And then hopefully when it's dark chocolate, you won't need as much. Okay. $8.47, 2 pounds of meatballs. That price has gone up. I know life is like super expensive right now, and in this video we're working on saving as much money on the groceries as we can, but I know you are concerned about more than just the groceries. We need a budget to be able to afford life here in 2026. Fortunately, today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that can help you manage your budget and your savings goals all in one place. The best thing that Rocket Money does is probably manage your unwanted subscriptions. So it will make a list of all of your subscriptions. They will find duplicates. They will find unused things. You can cancel the ones you don't want anymore with just a few taps, so you don't have to go hunting all over your emails and all over the internet to find all of them. They'll be in one place. Don't have a budget yet? Rocket Money can help you design a customized budget for you in a matter of seconds. Where your money's going, top spending categories, so you can manage your budget and the money that you have left in the month coming up. Rocket Money will notify you about upcoming charges so you don't get late fees, so you don't have insufficient funds fees. Ain't nobody got time to pay extra fees. To take control of your finances today, go to rocketmoney.com/frugalfitmom to get started for free. It's the first link down in the description box below. So to save more and spend less, join the over 10 million people currently using Rocket Money. rocketmoney.com/frugalfitmom, first link below. Get started for free. Check them out. See if they will save you some doll hairs. Now let's get back to the rest of the video. For a family of 4, for an entire week, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, starting with 0, I spent $128 and some odd cents. But I did want to show you some things I found out in the process. To make our own pizza, I have this. These were almost $3 each. Oh my gosh, hashtag clearance non for the win. Mozzarella and some hot premium sausage. This was a little bit over $12 to make a homemade pizza with these ingredients. However, I found this for $5.93. This is half. A pre-made pizza is half the cost, because sometimes making our own honestly does not make sense. So let's subtract $6 from our total and do this instead. I am now down to $122.60. Here's some important items to note. In my $122, I have started building up a pantry. I have salt and pepper, mustard, peanut butter, mayo, cumin, some Tony, some oil. These things I'm not gonna have to buy again next week or the week after. Let's move over here to the breakfast stock up area. I did this because everything was on sale. Now, I obviously don't need 5 syrups this week. I don't need 5 containers of buttermilk pancake mix. I'm not gonna go through all of this oatmeal in 1 week, but because everything here was 99 cents per container, per bag, per box, it made sense to stock up when it was as cheap as possible. And now all of this stuff, I'm basically not going to have to buy breakfast items for the rest of the month. Like, I've got breakfast basically taken care of unless I want to add like maybe some extra eggs in a coming week. Breakfast expenses for the rest of the month, check the box, taken care of, not gonna have to do it. Okay, obviously this container is cheaper than this container per weight. I wanna show you why I bought both when I could have saved money just getting this one. So one of the reasons is because week 1, starting from nothing, I don't have sugar, I don't have white sugar, brown sugar, any of that, maple syrup, like real stuff, I don't have any of that. So I find these to be quite sweet. So I'm gonna cut it with this to make it stretch further. Now in week 2, I'll have maybe a little bit more money to get some more pantry staples, sugar, flour, those sorts of things. I'm gonna do about a 1/4 cup of the quick oats in with the 1 packet. And did you guys know that these are meant to measure the water? So because I kind of doubled the quantity, I'm gonna go like 1.5. I am literally just cooking this in the microwave. I'm gonna go a minute, stir, see where we are. Basically the equivalent of 2.5 packets of oatmeal, because listen, I have teen boys not eating no 1 packet of oatmeal, but without the high price of packets of oatmeal. And yeah, it's oatmeal, it might seem boring, but listen, ain't nobody got time in the morning to do a fancy schmancy breakfast. And you wanna top it with a little bit of banana, throw in a tablespoon of peanut butter into this, take it over the top, a little salty, sweet action. I love that. For really easy grab and go breakfasts, I love to meal prep muffins. Now you can make your own, but remember I didn't buy any of the stuff to make my own here in week 1. The raspberry and blueberry Lehigh Mills brand, which I really, really love, muffins were on sale. So I picked these up. I did buy eggs. I do have oil and I do have water. So I am going to cook up both boxes of these muffins, and then I'm going to show you how we put together an easy grab and go. This is something you could do like on a Sunday afternoon or the night before, like Wednesday night, you know, to make Thursday and Friday rush to work, rush to school a lot easier. And I'm gonna make jumbo muffins because that's what I like. Okay, here are the muffins. I put 2 muffins in each meal prep container. They don't have to take 2 if they don't want to. And remember, these are the jumbo size. So these are the equivalent of 2 small muffins. So 4 per container. The idea is that they can grab this real quick, eat the muffin top, toss the stump, and scramble like an egg or 2. Because scrambling eggs literally takes less than 2 minutes. Hey, this breakfast does take a little bit more work, so you're either gonna get up a little earlier or it's a weekend breakfast. This is my personal favorite type of breakfast. It's savory. So we are gonna do hash browns and scrambled eggs. And if you have any more of those rolls left over, you could do some toast on the side if you want to. Okay, I have the whole bag in my skillet. This is 1.5 pounds of potatoes, and I'm gonna do 4 people with it. Have you ever seen these people online who are like, there's no way I can eat 5 pounds of potatoes in a week? And I'm thinking, come to my house and I will show you how it's done. We will scrape this plate clean and my boys will probably be like, are there leftover potatoes? I didn't buy a ton of bread. I just picked up this 8-count roll for $1.75, hopefully to get us through lunches for the week. I also didn't even buy flour or yeast to make bread. This week, I'm not super worried about it. I'm gonna end up with a ton of leftovers from dinner meals this week that my husband and I will utilize for lunch. And then my 2 sons, for lunches, will do like sandwiches and an apple sandwiches. And I got the butter snaps from Dollar Tree, of all places. Okay, I wanted to show off some lunches today. So for my youngest son, I made him ham and cheese sandwich with mayo and mustard. We've got 1 cut up apple and a couple of the pretzels. He'll have this most of the week. We might switch out some of the side snacks with carrots and cucumbers and ranch. My older son is on a hybrid schedule, so he actually comes home for lunch. And then here's my leftover pizza from last night. So my husband and probably my son will eat these today, but lunches for my husband and older son, since he comes home, is pretty much gonna be dinner leftovers. And then my youngest son, because he's at school all day long, will look something like this. We have carrots and cucumbers with ranch that we will make out of the mayo, the milk, and a ranch packet. 1 cup of mayo, 1 cup of milk, and the ranch packet. My husband's family used to make their own ranch out of packets like this. My family never did. Not something I'm used to, but budget-wise, it makes sense. I can't imagine going through this much ranch in 1 week. This is probably, that's probably enough ranch for like the entire month. Oh my gosh. Okay, it'll thicken after it sits in the fridge for a little bit. So even though it looks a little runny, it's fine. Ranch. Made it myself. These carrots are freaking enormous. A bunch of cucumbers, and I have enough cucumbers and carrots for at least 3 more days of snacks just like this. And listen, don't go light on the ranch. These teen boys, they need the ranch. And then my snack with the bananas, peanut butter, and chocolate. This is a longtime favorite snack of my kids. I've been doing this for them since they were little, real little. So a banana, I'll do peanut butter across the whole thing, and then on top you can do either raisins or mini chocolate chips or mini M&Ms. I've done a multitude, but that is why I bought the chocolate bar. It was cheaper than the chocolate chips. And I got dark chocolate, so you would get an intense chocolate flavor without using too much. Obviously, European chocolate would be better than American chocolate, but we on a budget, so it's just gonna be this. So we got our chocolate sprinkled on top. The kids love the little chips. Those are fun. You might be thinking, you know, what 3-year-old can eat it like this? And you're right, that's not how I would serve it. I would then cut it into bites like this and give them a fork. And this, I'm telling you, we did this multiple times a week in my house when my kids were growing up. It's still one of their favorite things of the 2 teens that are still here. Filling, delicious peanut butter, chocolate, and banana. You can't go wrong. So otherwise, not a bunch of snacks. If you eat meals big enough, you shouldn't need a whole bunch of snacks throughout the day. One of our first dinners is going to be our pizza with a Caesar salad on the side. Yeah, you can make your own. I didn't. It's $4 for the family size, $6 for the pizza. It's $10 for a delicious meal. I don't even know if my family will eat this entire thing. Oh my gosh, this is pushing 3 pounds. of pizza. This is enormous. I just want to show after the 4 plates are done, I do have a little bit of salad left. I would love for this to be done today, but because this won't keep very well. And then 4 more pieces of pizza. These are huge. Like, this is just insane. Love it. Dinner in under 20 minutes. Now, when it comes to your cooking fat, I went down the aisle and the avocado oil, the olive oil, all very expensive. Butter is very expensive. And I needed something that was a mild oil because I have the muffin mixes that I was gonna be baking with, and I didn't have like the $12 to spend on avocado oil this time. So under $3 for a larger quantity of canola oil. Sometimes we do the best we can, and that's all we can do. Let's talk beans. Of course, you can get canned beans. They are more convenient, but the Great Value brand of pinto beans canned at my Walmart is 86 cents a can. 1 pound of dried at $1, once cooked, is the equivalent to 4 cans of beans. So to get the same equivalent, I would have to spend $3.44 versus $1. I actually went ahead and got the 2-pound pinto beans. I can use them for this week, and they freeze awesome once they are cooked, equaling a lot more convenience for you. Meaning I can use this 2-pound bag of pinto beans at a cheaper price for 2 weeks. I went ahead and cooked the rest of the bag of chicken in my Instant Pot. So this is all of the chicken, and I made a chicken stock in addition. So I'm gonna stick this in the fridge and scoop off the extra fat on top. Now we can use that. I'm not gonna throw it away. I can use it in the place of butter or lard. So I could do all kinds of stuff with that. I'm just gonna hang on to it, just separate it out. And then the leftover bones from my chicken and rice casserole, I actually threw back in the Instant Pot with some water. I'm gonna boil that together for about an hour, hoping to get a little bit more extra bone broth / chicken stock to use for cooking and for my dinner tonight, which is going to be my chicken tortilla soup. I am going to load this soup up with a ton of chicken, a ton of beans, just a ton of stuff. I prefer chunkier soups to thin, brothy soups. So it is going to be hearty, much more like a stew. I do need to debone all the chicken, but as you can see, I cooked it so well that it's kind of falling off the bone as it is. Okay, we're gonna make some chicken tortilla soup, which I love because you can add basically whatever you like in it, and then it just makes an absolute ton. Starting with a little bit of oil in a soup pot, 1 onion's going in. Okay, these have softened up just a little bit, and I am going to add almost all of my chicken stock that I made. It's quite gelatinous, so you could call this a bone broth. Now we need to flavor it up a bit. I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic. I'll just grate it in here with my microplane. And comes half of our pinto beans. This is 1 pound of cooked pinto beans. I just cooked it in the Instant Pot. It's super, super easy. And then all of that chicken. It's a lot of chicken. Also gonna add about a teaspoon of cumin and about half of our taco packet. A third to a half. I will add 2 cubes of my chicken bouillon. Bring it up to a boil, reduce to simmer, and we're gonna let this go for 30 minutes. Just wanna make sure all the flavors are coming together. I thought I added a ton of beans, and now that it's all in here, it actually doesn't even look like that many. That's all right. Lid on, see in a bit. Here we go, our soup is done. We're gonna plate it up. This is the best part, is topping it with stuff. So we're gonna utilize our avocados, the pepper jack cheese, sour cream, things to make it better, lime juice, tortilla chips, fresh cilantro. Okay, there is just an absolute ton left over. I bet I could do an entire another dinner, or this would be lunches for several days. It also freezes very nicely. We are whipping up chicken and rice casserole for dinner tonight. So I have 1 cup of the rice. I did rinse it, and I'm just gonna spread that out across the bottom. This is raw, not cooked. On top of that, I'm putting diced up just a super, super small onion, or you could do half an onion. It's not very much, just enough to give it a little bit of flavor. On top of that, we will add a couple of pieces of chicken, also raw, which is why I love this recipe. It's so easy. Okay, I'm gonna add a couple pieces of chicken, but I think I'm gonna take off a bunch of the skin, so let me do that. Okay, I'm kind of hoping I can fit 3 leg quarters. That one's enormous. So 3 drumsticks, 3 thighs. Set this to the side. I have some boiling water, to which I will add 2 teaspoons of bouillon cubes, chicken in this case. And these are the larger cubes, so I think I actually only need 1, because I think 1 is equal to 2 cups, so we'll do that. 1 cube. Because this is really hot, it'll start dissolving. We will also pop in our can of cream of mushroom. One of the very few applications I use this. And then I just wanna whisk this until my bouillon cube is like dissolved in here. So my oldest son is out living on his own right now. Well, he has a roommate, but when he started learning to cook for himself, this ended up being his favorite dish. He makes this probably once a week, like clockwork. So I'm gonna pour this entire thing over our chicken, and I just wanna do like a little zhuzh to make sure all the liquid is like in the rice under the chicken right there, just like that. Best part coming up right now, it's gonna have to be Tony's, a really, really solid sprinkle of this. Don't breathe it in or you'll pepper spray yourself. Okay, I'm gonna bake this at 375 degrees for 1 hour. And in the meantime, I can just steam up my side of broccoli and we're there. I just pulled out my chicken and rice. Remember, it's a 9x13 pan, it's pretty big. I'm gonna let it sit and let the rice continue bubbling for 15-20 minutes while I steam my broccoli. This smells amazing. Here is our chicken and rice with just a huge pile of steamed broccoli. This is what I have left, 1 chicken quarter and maybe a 1/4 of the pan of rice. So I have a thigh and a drumstick. This might be 1 very large lunch, perhaps, or maybe 2. Maybe I could put some carrots on the side or something, but here is dinner tonight. It's so delicious, it smells amazing. For our very basic pasta meal, I've got, I think this was $2, this was $2, under $2, $1.25. So $7 or so. I doubt I'm gonna use the whole 2 pounds, probably half of this. $6 for an easy pasta meal with some ground turkey. I like peas as a side dish because it has a good amount of fiber and protein. So let's cook this up and have some dinner. Okay, pasta with turkey and peas ready to go. Here are 4 plates, and I did end up with 2 leftover containers as well for lunches for tomorrow for whoever wants it. Added up the protein just because I was curious. Pasta with some ground turkey, some peas, how much protein, and we have 32 grams of protein in 1 plate. Isn't that amazing? From just like the sauce, the peas, the ground turkey, and the pasta. This is about a 3-ounce dried serving of pasta per plate. Remember the box was 20 ounces, not your regular 16, so we did end up with a little bit extra. Other ways we could have bulked this up, I could have sauteed some onions and carrots, put that in. Didn't get any Parmesan cheese, kind of regretting that now. A little extra garlic would have been nice, it's fine. Okay, we are going to be putting together our meatball stroganoff, and it didn't occur to me until after I got home that I should have bought Italian seasoning, and I did not. So we're just gonna make do without it. This guy was so much money, like $8. We are gonna use the entire 2 pounds. This is gonna make a huge, huge amount of food. The egg noodles are not too much, less than $2. Not using very much of this, salt and pepper, about half of this, 1 cup of milk, maybe a little bit more. So we're looking at $11 to $12, depending on cost of your ingredients. I do have 1 pound of peas left. We're gonna make another batch of peas to go as a side dish with this. First thing, we're gonna saute the meatballs, a little bit of oil. And once these have a little bit of color, I'm coming in with 2 cups of beef broth. After we've simmered for a little bit, I'm coming in with 1 cup of whole milk, or half and half, or heavy cream, whatever it is that you have. If I had Italian seasoning, I'd be adding it now. And I'm gonna do probably half of this container of sour cream. Just wanna let you know that I had it up too high and curdled my sour cream. So you will see these little chunks, it tastes fine, it just doesn't look as creamy as it should. I might add a little bit more sour cream in a second. Right now, I'm doing like the half-cooked noodles in here, and the heat is now off. And I just want all these noodles to soak up the rest of this liquid. So I'm gonna put the lid on while it's hot like this and let it sit for about 15 minutes. Then we'll taste for salt and pepper. So make sure you don't overcook your dairy products. Otherwise you'll end up with this. All right, my sauce is still a little broken, but it is better. As you can see, it soaked up most of the liquid here, and I added some cracked black pepper, and I think we are good to serve. This is a freaking huge skillet, so I think I have probably 6 servings here. Calculated out 40 grams of protein per serving out of this entire container, including the peas. There we go. Dinner is served, and it's not for you. Well, we have made it to the end of the week. We have fed our family of 4 for under $130, starting from scratch. I wanted to show you what we had left at the end of the week. So I didn't touch the pancake mix. I still have 5 of those. 4 of the syrups, a good amount of oil. Only used 1 of the shredded hash browns. Still have 4 of these hanging out with 1 packet and 2 more containers of oats. We've got peanut butter, mustard, mayo, Tony's, salt and pepper, and I still have some rice. So I'm starting my week 2 pretty stocked up. So I'm gonna meal plan week 2 kind of based on this. And I've started stocking my pantry. So because I'll have a couple extra dollars next week, I'm gonna be able to get sugar, flour, maybe some more spices, maybe some extra proteins, something really delicious, extra vegetables. If you are interested in me continuing this and making a week 2, let me know down in the comments if you liked this, if this was helpful to you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, grocery shopping, and cooking with me this week. Share this video with a friend if you think it might help them, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. But wait, there's more. I have some big news. Big news. My 2 older children are not coming home for the summer. My daughter got this job. Like the plan was for her to come home from college, and she was gonna be home for like 4.5 months. She's gonna get a job here, maybe take some online classes. I'm getting her room ready. No, I've been punched in the gut. She had to go off and get a job like a responsible grown-up, extended her lease on her apartment, and is now not coming home for the summer. To add insult to injury, my 2 youngest kids are doing this like week-long camp over the summer at the same time. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm going to have an entire week with no kids at my house. Zero kids at the house. I'm like, I don't even know what to do with myself. What do I do with my time? Do I sit in bed and eat cookies and peanut butter cups and read all the books? Or do I watch Supernatural start to finish binge style and bed rot? Or do my husband and I take like a camping trip? What are our thoughts on that? I've never been to Sedona. That one sounds interesting to me. If you had an entire week with no kids, zero kids, just you and your partner, where would you go? What would you do? I need some tips. I'm sitting on the edge, guys.